This is Corfu in Greece, where history, beautiful architecture, and the magic of Ionian Sea come together in perfect harmony. Unique island hidden between the Balkans and southern Italy that became a magnet to travelers seeking epic adventures. So if you seek historical European towns by the sea, narrow winding streets, castles, and panoramic sunsets, Corfu Town has a lot to offer within small walking distance. In this video, we'll walk through the historic center of Corfu Town, the capital city of Corfu Island. We will walk through its narrow streets, hidden corners, and discover the fascinating history of this unique city on the edge of Greece. Corfu is one of the most beautiful Greek islands, located on the crossroad of Ionian Sea, southern Italian coast, and the Western Balkans. It is the only part of Greece that has never been conquered by Ottoman Empire and remained a cradle of Greek culture and heritage over the last 2,000 of years. This UNESCO World Heritage Old Town is a maze of winding lanes, secret courtyards, and 2 old castles. Every corner tells a story of Greek history, Venetian nobles, Italian and French elegance, and British charm, all woven into the soul of the island. Looking at the harbor and the old fortress reminds us of a time when Corfu was the jewel of the region, ruled by the Republic of Venice. We start our tour at sunrise, when the old town is glowing in the morning sun, and the streets are still empty. Everywhere you can hear the local hummingbirds sailing through the sky above the old town. The island is bound up with the history of Greece, from the beginnings of Greek mythology, and is marked by numerous battles and conquests. From medieval times and into the 17th century, the island was a part of the Republic of Venice, successfully repulsing the Ottomans during several sieges. Walking along the Goritsa Bay at sunrise and swimming in the sea at dawn was one of the highlights of our visit, so try to wake up early at least once. As the city comes to life, that's the perfect time for a morning deep in the crystal clear waters surrounding the island. Corfu at sunrise feels like stepping back in time. The old fortress stands watch in the distance, its stones bathed in golden light, calling the town to life. There's a sense of peace before the island stirs, a rhythm of stillness as if Corfu itself takes one deep breath before the day begins. Fishing boats and yachts sway gently, their reflections stretching across the water like brushstrokes on a canvas. In a few hours, this harbor will be filled with noise, footsteps, and laughter. But in this moment, it belongs to the sea, the sky, and those who rise with the sun. Corfu's beauty isn't only in its lively streets and sunlit beaches, but in these quiet moments. And this is how we started exploring Corfu, having landed with the first flight at dawn. It took us only 20 minutes walking from the airport to reach the old town and the sea. Rising proudly from the rocks on the edge of the Corfu Town, the old fortress is one of the island's most iconic landmarks, a symbol of strength, history, and breathtaking views. It has stood here for centuries, guarding the island against countless invasions from Ottoman Empire. To enter the castle, you need to cross the bridge that separates the fortress from the town, reminding you that this was once a completely isolated stronghold, built originally by the Byzantines and later expanded by the Venetians. This fortress was once considered one of the strongest fortifications in Europe. The real reward comes when you climb to the very top. From here, you are treated to panoramic views of Corfu Town, the Ionian Sea, and the distant mountains of Albania. The heart of Corfu Old Town is its maze of cobblestone streets. These winding alleys are perfect for getting lost in. Around every corner, you'll find charming cafes, great restaurants, hidden courtyards, and many craft stores and local museums. If you come here early morning, just when bakeries open, you can enjoy a stroll among its many historic streets, without the crowds that will start flowing in when cafes and restaurants open for breakfast. For much of its history, Corfu stood as a gateway between East and West. In the 6th century, Byzantine rulers fortified the town to defend against pirates and invaders. But it was during the Venetian period, from 1386 to 1797, that Corfu truly flourished. The Venetians shaped Corfu's skyline and streets with elegant houses, massive fortresses, narrow alleyways, and graceful arcades. This is why walking around here resembles a walk through old Venice, just without canals. Many of the town's buildings have Venetian-style facades, including pastel-colored walls, arched windows, ornate balconies, and loggias. Churches, palaces, and public buildings reflect Renaissance and Baroque Venetian design. Corfu withstood repeated Ottoman sieges, never falling into Turkish hands, making it one of the few Greek regions to avoid Ottoman rule. In the 19th century, Corfu was briefly occupied by the French. After the fall of Napoleon, Corfu became a British protectorate from 1815 to 1864. The British left their mark, introducing neoclassical buildings such as the Palace of St. Michael and St. George. Corfu Town's layered history is visible on every street corner. Venetian arches, French promenades, British palaces, and Greek Orthodox churches stand side by side. This unique blend of cultures earned Corfu Town a place on UNESCO's World Heritage List in 2007. And when it's time to grab a morning coffee and some quick breakfast, local bakeries offer traditional spanakopita, a Greek savory pie made with spinach, feta cheese, and wrapped in flaky filo pastry. The narrow streets are filled with many charming coffee shops, restaurants, and stores. Plenty options to choose from to take a break from strolling around the labyrinth of Corfu Old Town. The town has a Mediterranean cosmopolitan vibe that blends Greek and Italian influences. Churches, little squares, cafes, pastries, and even some street names echo Venetian tastes. The interiors of Greek Orthodox churches in Corfu are distinctive and striking, reflecting both Orthodox traditions and local artistic influences, including Venetian and Baroque touches. The new fortress of Corfu is a Venetian fortress built on the hill of St. Mark on the edge of the old town. After the first great Ottoman siege of Corfu in the 16th century, the Venetians developed plans to expand the fortifications of the city. It was built over several centuries in stages. The current buildings which exist within the fortress were built by the British during their rule of the island in the early 19th century. You can easily access it by walking through the old town. And at dusk, when the town buildings are lit up, you can experience another layer of Corfu magic, with visitors floating into local stores, restaurants, and bars. The winding alleys, filled with the aromas of grilled seafood, fresh herbs, and sweet pastries, invite you to discover Corfu through its flavors. Dining here isn't just about food, it's about atmosphere. Locals and visitors gather in lively squares, surrounded by centuries-old Venetian architecture, where every meal feels like a celebration. And if you are looking for something authentic and quick to take away, local gyros souvlaki is the answer. And this is how a perfect evening in Corfu Town wraps up, while overlooking the old fortress. Beyond the landmarks of Corfu Old Town, the island offers beautiful beaches and crystal clear waters of Ionian Sea, some even easily accessible within short taxi ride from the old town. One of the most convenient things about Corfu, especially when visiting for just a few days, is how close is the local airport to the main old town and several beaches. You can literally walk from the airport for about 20 minutes to reach the historic center or one of the nearby beaches. There are also public buses and taxis available outside of terminal. And finally, if you have time before your departure, grab a coffee at Cafe Canoni to watch planes landing and taking off to wrap up your visit.